All right, we are here today with Courtney Mayo, and she is a sophomore nursing student from Baraga. So thank you, Courtney, for being with us today.
Thank you.
And first I want to talk about your journey to Finlandia, because you graduated from Baraga, you said with a class of 35 people.
Yes.
And then you decided to go to a very, very large state school.
Yes. Very large.
So talk about that experience for you and why you ultimately decided to transfer into Finlandia.
So I went to the University of Michigan in 2016 for nursing, and you start out with your really hard classes, and then you end up failing a class, and then you decide to change your major 6 times and decide that it's not for me. So I ended up applying up here because it's closer to home, closer to my family. Thought maybe it would make it a little bit easier for studying. So I ultimately just decided to come up here for the smaller groups and somebody knowing my names. And then once I got on campus as a transfer student, I was a little nervous because the buildings here are very confusing. I mean, you go in one building and you come out another building, and I still don't know how that works. But I mean, other than that, it was very, very simple compared to Michigan. I mean, 2 buildings compared to, oh gosh, I don't even know how many. But it was a lot better, and I knew some of the students because I went to high school with some of them, so it made it a little bit easier to like find friends and like make connections and figure stuff out that way.
Right now, you are coming here to Finlandia, but you are also trying to obviously pay your way through school.
Mm-hmm.
You've received some scholarships that have helped with that. The biggest one, I think, from Finlandia being the Finnish Strong Scholarship, which is the $10,000 transfer scholarship that allowed you to transfer from U of M to here. And talk about receiving that and why it is making Finlandia more affordable for you.
So my biggest thing obviously is trying to like balance being a CNA and going to school. So that scholarship was like immensely huge. I mean, I don't have to worry about where am I going to be able to pay for my books, or like it helps. All the average of like all my scholarships has given me extra to apply towards my books and not have to worry about saving all the money the summer before and only working and not being able to enjoy other things. So the scholarships have like helped me throughout school and made it a lot easier for me just to focus on my studies and not have to rely on working all the time and being able just to enjoy it, focus on it.
And that's one of the things that we talked about before we began was how, you were working 7 days every 2 weeks on top of being at school and taking some really hard classes, pharmacology and dosage calculations. First off, that's way too much math for me.
Yeah.
But that sounds really difficult to balance both of those things at the same time. So I guess how are you doing that?
I don't really do anything other than study and work, but I try and make time, but I just work and go to school, and I get up a lot earlier before classes to go to class and study or like finish homework that I didn't get a chance to finish, and I really make sure to like give myself extra time to make it to work, and then when I'm on my lunch breaks I study, or anytime I'm on break at school I study, and anytime I get the opportunity I bring my books up and study. So it's really just balancing the two of them and not really doing much other than that, but I'm sure that at the end it's really going to pay off. So
one of the things that you did find time to do was actually work over the summer for Finlandia as an OL leader, is that right?
Yes.
And you also got a scholarship for that.
Yes.
Talk about that experience of, welcoming these new students onto campus.
That was an amazing experience. I didn't think I was like, okay, now I have to talk in front of a whole bunch of random students that I would have never dreamed to do. But I honestly, it was amazing. I mean, I got a group of nursing students, like pre-nursing students, and got to explain how freshman year went and what I found helpful, and showed them the specific spots, and it really was amazing to be able to help guide them into a better part as well.
So my next question for you is if you could say something to the donors who have provided these funds for you to be able to attend Finlandia and maybe have a little bit less stress whenever it comes to paying for your tuition, what would you say to these people?
I say that they are amazing human beings, and being that they're alumni and still coming back and giving chances to the people who can't necessarily pay for school, and giving them the opportunities that they now have being alumni of this school. I think it's amazing, and everything they do for the students is amazing.